Good evening, Rusty enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Yes, tonight we have 8 skins to chase after. That includes the likes of the Neon Small Seed Storage, the Junkernaught Garage Door, and the Dragon Rage Jacket. So with the likes of the Abnormal skins, we also have 2 regular skins, that being the likes of the Chalk Menace box, and of course the Apocalyptic Road Sign Gloves. But you might be sitting there and wondering, what on earth are you on about? What's an Abnormal skin? What's a regular skin? Well, if you were to look in the description right now, you'll see 2 videos are provided. The first video is a short video which will briefly explain what abnormals are and why we care so much about them. In short, basically, these skins will be appearing at a set time before the roster rotates, and if we know when it's going to happen, we can rush to put down our barders as fast as possible. But to be smart about it, we need to discuss what prices we might want to put down for them in an effort to potentially pick these up for a cheaper price, sell them for a much higher price potentially in the future, and walk away with some sweet, delicious profit. It's as simple as that. Now, if the short video isn't enough, if you want to learn more about abnormals and be able to identify them or specifically know when they're going to appear because it changes 2 times every year, please consider watching the second video below. It's about 20 minutes long, but it does explain everything, and by the end of it, you'll properly understand and know how it all works. Cool. Right, so we've done our introduction. Let's now jump in, start discussing all the skins, figure out prices, and, well, and later on, we'll do the actual barders. Alright then, Neon Small Seed Storage. I've had a bit of a yapping session about you and the Neon Storage collection. So I've had many people commenting on YouTube discussing the situation in regards to the small boxes. I leaned in with the idea, sitting here saying that all of these small boxes are supplementary, and by that I mean it's an addition to what was the actual Neon Storage collection, which is the large boxes. If this never had, if we never had the large boxes, small boxes probably would be performing a lot better right about now. But unfortunately, they're not. And everybody looked at the state of the large boxes thinking, oh yeah, I could buy tons of these, I'm going to easily flip them for a quick profit, everything will work out quite alright. So that's been a topic for discussion over the course of the past few weeks. As I quickly hop over to here, you can see that I've made another follow-up. And in short, it's kind of surprising to see that the prices have already started to drop off now. We're nowhere near September and it's already happened. In fact, we got the July Forcewipe tomorrow. What's going on? Well, initially, with the first few skins that are accepted, everyone thought, yeah, it'd be fine. But we saw signs of awkwardness ever since we saw food storage becoming marketable. Anyway, these sold ridiculous amounts. 40,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, but slowly, little by little, it has started to drop off. Comps did less than 40,000 subscribers. Seeds is now sitting here with only 25,000 subscribers. I'm under the impression that all the people that felt super confident that everything was just going to work out perfectly fine have now realised that that's not going to be the case. These small boxes very likely will be dipping down pretty hard around October time, the autumn fall seasonal dip. And, well, it might be a case of investing fatigue or, a realisation that maybe people just don't care that much about seeds themselves. Again, maybe it's just for the farming in general type of items, So, it doesn't have to just be seeds. Maybe they should have called it farming box. Anyway, back over to here. With the state of neon boxes at the moment, hey, it is what it is. We've been talking about it so much over the past few weeks. We've always agreed that we're just going to stick with doing a barter of around $1. And pretty much the exact same thing is going to happen again. I'm going to do around 90 cents to $1.10. I will pick them up potentially at their lowest price. Hey, maybe I buy them for a little bit too much. A little bit too much is still fine because, of course, in the future, the further future, yes, as time goes on, eventually they will be in the positive. People will want the full sets. They will gradually rise up. But it's this first dip that we're going to go through. September, October, November, the autumn fall seasonal dip. That is going to be troublesome for this. But it will, you might sit there and say, oh, but these were fine. Yeah, but they still went through a bad time when they went through their first dip. You just don't remember. I do. 3 years ago when they first appeared, these large boxes, they went down pretty bad. All of these sold for $2.49 in a rush store. Quite a lot of them went down to almost $1 as well. Yeah. So please be aware of this. Behaviour tends to replicate, but as time goes on, these very likely still be perfectly fine investments. So if you just want to buy something and forget about it for a year, alright, sure, you could go ahead and buy some of those seeds boxes if you want, but don't be surprised if these go down fairly cheap. Don't be surprised if you can pick these up for around $1 in just a few months' time. So yes, in terms of thinking about what prices we might want to offer, like that seeds box, as I said, 90 cents, $1.10 is what it is. So I don't know how low it can go, especially considering this sold quite a fair bit less compared to the others, but chances are it might still go down to around that much. And hey, if it doesn't, if we're currently sitting in October and it's only down to $1.30, you could just remove your barter and then just go buy some of them then. It's up to you how you go about it, but I get the feeling 90 cents to $1.10 is going to be the way to go about it. Cool. So if you want to learn more about the likes of the situation in regards to the small boxes, feel free to go ahead and watch my most recent video here. And of course, if you want to understand the situation in regards to the auto-fall seasonal dip, the expectations for what's going to happen in a few months' time, you could also watch this video as well. Cool. Yep. Right then. So, final thing to discuss. Are there any new small boxes on the horizon? Well, we're still waiting on the idea of potentially seeing berries or cards. Will either of these appear, or will we end up with the likes of Full Kit's Locker? Yes, we're now dabbling into the likes of Neon Storage Lockers. So this is the first one. There's expected to be 3 in total. Keep an eye out for this. You never know. Maybe it might appear for the July Forcewipe. Maybe we get berries. Maybe we get cards. Who knows? Keep an eye out. The expectation was this was still going to reach around 30,000 subscribers. It's done 5,000 less. I mean, by tomorrow, we might see maybe an extra 1,000 or so. But yeah, that has gone below expectations. So in the future, will you end up becoming the one that becomes the most expensive? Or is it still a case of people just don't care about seeds? They don't need a seeds box. So feel free to comment below if you have a good opinion on that. Right, so moving on from there, we've got the likes of Junkernaught Garage Door. This right here, we thought, all right, yeah, that's going to probably do about 20,000 subscribers. Lo and behold, 20,000 subscribers. Now, by tomorrow, it might push up to about 21,000. Hey, at the end of the day, still very similar, still very close. Right, so the big fuss about the likes of this Junkernaught Garage Door, it is transparent, it is glow in the dark. You can see through that, very useful, very, very handy, but we've got other garage doors that are like this. We have the likes of the Bombshell Garage Door. We have the likes of the Brutalist Garage Door. We've had Twitch drops with the exact same thing situation as this. But, of course, you know, we can't really talk about the Twitch drops that much. We'll be talking about the likes of how the other garage doors that are marketable behaved. So, with the likes of Bombshell and Brutalist, they went up to quite a high price during the summer. Bombshell went all the way up to about $8. Brutalist went all the way up to about $5.50, which is totally fine. Now, that sold for $3, but came out 2 years ago. Brutalist came out last year, and that sold for $4 as well. So, if you can look at this in a reasonable understanding, Brutalist came out during a dip. But what I want to look at is how it behaved during the Easter dip. So if we could just quickly look at this. I'm under the impression we'll very likely see a situation like this, where once we go through a bad time, our beloved Junkernaught Garage Door will still go down in price quite a fair bit. Now, remember, this sold for $4. Its lowest point here, $3. Looking at the Bombshell Garage Door as well, very similar behaviour. So I kind of am under the impression that this Junkernaught Garage Door, very likely at its worst, probably will be down to around $3. Now, could there be things that could help this out? Yeah, more skins. Junkernaught is an active collection at the moment, but what we saw recently was a Junkernaught Thompson. I need to see more deplorables, and I'm pretty sure Fuff will be doing that. Maybe we'll see a Junkernaught Armoured Door, or a rug, or a furnace, or a chair. I don't know. But if we see more deplorables, all the more support for it. A double sheet metal door, a wooden double door, an armoured double door. I don't know. But so as long as he produces it and it gets accepted, you will very likely see this garage door spike in price. How much buy? Can't give you a solid answer there. But 20,000 isn't a ridiculous amount. So as time goes on, that very likely might have fairly low quantity eventually. As we just saw with the Brutalist garage door, it's only got 73. That's not that much. On average, most Ruskins on the Steam market have around 100 quantity. So, looking at the state of this, I will sit here and say, with my best estimate, I think $2.20 to $3 is probably the way to go about it. Its lowest point, very likely, will be $3. So if you're wanting to pick this up at its actual definitive lowest point, that might be the way to go about it. But remember, you will be buying them. Yes, you will. So if you want to kind of budget yourself, if you can foresee how much money you're going to need on certain accounts and whatnot, maybe look at it that way, right? Maybe you do want to pick these up at their lowest point. Just remember this. Prices are going to get real bad in just a few months' time. And a lot of your buy orders that you've made over the past year or so, so looking at all of these, yes, right, they're going to get cheap. You do have to put an effort in now to keep an eye on all the buy orders that you put down, because if they get too cheap, you're getting dumped on, all right? People will not care. If they desperately want money, they're selling to the highest buy order. If you're the highest buy order, have fun, buddy. Right, so I am sticking with the idea that that lowest point will be around $3. Maybe it might go a little bit less, probably. But the only problem for this is if we randomly get a brand new Twitch drop with transparency and glow in the dark, or a ton of these garage doors get made with transparency and glow in the dark. But we get like one a year as a marketable skin. I don't think we'd be in any trouble at the moment. So as of now, the only thing that I could expect the likes of this is potentially more deplorables being made and that getting a couple boosts here and there. It's up to you if you want to go stronger. Chances are maybe you just want to go a bit safer. But yeah, if you went up above $3, do not be surprised if you pick some of these up eventually. Just because it looks like it's going to be doing okay now doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be doing all right in about 2 or 3 months' time. But its worst point, we'll see what it is. My expectation, $3. Therefore, $2.20 to $3 is my approach. That's what I'll be doing. Dragon Rage Jacket. I'm conflicted. This is selling for $3. This has only done 13,000 subscribers. In comparison to all the other jackets that got accepted this year, it's not that much. That's fine. It's not the lowest selling jacket, but yeah. Actually, are you? Yes, you are. For now, you might sell a little bit more compared to Rainbow Pony. Anyway, Rainbow Pony's still down. Training Jacket's down. Black Gold Jacket's down. Now, more specifically, when I saw this Dragon Rage Jacket, I instantly pointed out that it's a black jacket. The gold dragon on the side does look cool, but for anyone looking for a black jacket, wouldn't they just look at the likes of the Training Jacket, which costs about 3 times cheaper? Looking at the K-Katamina and Quackity jacket that we got for free as a Twitch drop, not like during the same week, wouldn't some people just be pleased with that? Yeah, it's awkward. I don't think it's retaining its $3 price. I don't know how low it'll go. I feel like I want to play it safe, you know? Recently, you might have noticed this, I've started doing actual Rust Store investing reviews. Basically, over the course of a week, I'll talk about when skins appeared in a Rust Store, talk about my initial thoughts, my feelings, see how it progresses, get to the point where we actually have the likes of the abnormals and figuring out prices there and then. And of course, with the likes of this, we look at the skins a month later and discuss did they match up to expectations and whatnot. And I'm very conflicted with the likes of this Dragon Rage Jacket, because if I get it wrong, I've got another bad thing to talk about. Is it better to be safer than sorry? I feel like that probably is the answer to go with. Now, let's also just quickly take a look at the likes of the Dragon Rage collection. You might notice we effectively already have all the clothing and armor pieces. There's nothing else that I could see being accepted that could give that a boost. Whereas that appearing this week gave a boost to the likes of the kilt, the hoodie and pants and whatnot. They liked it, but there's nothing to give that a bit of a boost. So $3 pricing, which is kind of expensive, it's still sort of reasonable amount. There's cheaper options if people want those other options. I think I'm probably only doing $1 to $1.50. Now, I acknowledge, chances are, I'm playing it very safe, but I don't really want to pick up a whole bunch of these. Just earlier this year, we also had the Black Gold Jacket, didn't we? And when that first appeared, I thought, oh yeah, okay, this is cool. Was never expecting anything like that to happen, and I thought that was going to work out very nicely. Never would I have imagined all of this was going to happen later this year, and we're still in July. It's the beginning of July. Technically speaking, we have now just passed the midway point. We are 7 skins accepted so far this year with jacket skins. Compare that to previous years, and it's a bit ridiculous. Do you reckon we're going to see more? I wouldn't doubt it. Will there be more Twitch drops and whatnot? I kind of wouldn't doubt it. I'm a bit worried. Do you reckon one will be accepted tomorrow? Probably. I've been seeing some motorbike jackets being produced, so $1 to $1.50. I want to play it safe. I know I'm playing it safe. If I get it wrong, if this does do a decent job of retaining its value, at the very least, I won't be upset that I spent too much money. Yeah, cool. Right, let's move on. Cargo Heli Barricade. Chat, I'm looking at you. Hello, chat on Twitch. How are you doing? Do you realise I stream on Twitch all the time? People watching my abnormal video? Look in the description now. You'll see all the links to my socials, of course, with the likes of my Twitch link right there. Right then, guys, what do you personally use your barricades for? Go! Does anyone have an answer? Yeah. What do you use your concrete barricades for? I thought this was a pre-recorded video. It would have been a lot faster if that was the case. Barricading, role-playing. Right, so, okay, for role-playing purposes, Heli, what are you going to use that for? And then also on a question, how many people play Rust in terms of role-playing compared to actual, standard Rust playing? Yes, this glows in the dark. Could that be utilised in an interesting, useful way? Don't know. The best answer I could think of was that you could utilise this in some sort of racetrack. Have you ever got to a point where you made your own racetrack in Rust? Roof defence. Community safe zone, PvP. Alright, maybe there are some uses. I just don't think there's going to be enough demand for that to retain its price. Yes, it's part of the Cargo Heli collection, which has a few deplorables here and there, but with that appearance, it didn't really make that much of a difference. Things didn't really change that much. Look at all the concrete barricades right about now. How are they holding up? Yeah! 64 cents and 50 cents and $1.34 and $1.07 and $3.70 and $3.68 and $1.15. Hurrah! Hurrah! Yeah, I don't think it's retaining its price. I really don't think it's doing right. I don't use barricades. I have the skin just in case I need it. Okay, that's a nice way of going about your day. But yeah, I don't know. What's the chances that this is just going to drop down and probably end up like 50 cents, much like those barricades from last year? I think that's what's going to happen. Will it perform a little bit better because it glows ever so slightly in the middle? Maybe. Guys, I don't even think I want to do a barter on it. Like, guys, I'm going to sit here and tell you this. Do you honestly think you're going to be able to flip that for a decent profit if it sells for super cheap? Is it even worth the hassle? Is it even worth, having to deal with in your inventory and whatnot? Yeah, I might do like a 40-cent buy order, but I think that's it. Guys, 40 cents to 50 cents if you really want to try and do something with it. But, yeah, chances are you might end up buying a few of them. If you really want to go for it, by all means go for it, but I do not believe that'll be retaining its $2 price, and I don't think that'll have enough demand to really be wanted and desired, unless some things change in the future. So yeah, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I mean, go nuts if you want to go for it. Go higher prices if you really want it. I just can't see it, so I'm going to move on. Let's talk about the stone tools from hell. Right, so I made a bit of a comparison with the likes of these compared to the actual standard tools. These standard tools, when they came out during their Rust store, they were actually like the top-selling skins. They didn't sell a ridiculous amount, but they still were like the top-selling skins during that week. So once that loads up, oh, there you go. So the hatchet's there, the pickaxe is there, the pointer's made, but they did like 17 to 20,000 sales. So back over to here. We appear to have only done about half as much with these stone tools here. Okay, that's cool. Maybe it's not going to be so bad. So bad? What do you mean? Well, look at the stone hatchet skins that we have that currently exist. Oh dear. Down 23, down 30, down 23, down 34, down 25, down 33, down 16, down 10, down 22, and down 23. I could go on and on and on. The point is made. They are down in price, but not so bad compared to standard hatchets and pickaxe skins. With most hatchets and pickaxe skins, they're down to about like $1, down by 50%. In this instance, we actually have the inflatable stone pickaxe slightly above its Rust store price. Now, I believe that's due to a sheer lack of listings. Looking at the state of the likes of this Easter stone pickaxe, down 39, down 27, down 18, down 15, down 11. Okay, that's cool. They're not down so bad. Let's just quickly go find out how many of these sell a day. Like, how many of these are actually getting bought every day? And I look over to here, and it tells me 1, and I look over to here, and it tells me 2, and that's getting me a little bit concerned. Right, so basically, I don't think I want to go too crazy on these. I think I want to play it safe. I think I might do... I think I'm just going to do 80 cents to $1.10. I was thinking about doing 60 cents to 80 cents, but I thought maybe at some point some people probably would want the glow-in-the-dark tools. I know most people don't want glow-in-the-dark weapons or tools because I don't want to be seen at night. I get that, I understand, but maybe some people do. Maybe there is going to be some reasonable interest. But if we kind of stuck around half price, maybe that might be the safe option to go with. But yeah, initially I was thinking 60 cents to 80 cents, but I'll probably do 80 cents to $1.10. I am conflicted. I am unsure. It has sold half as much compared to the standard tools. I've already said that about 3 times, but is it also due to a sheer lack of interest? When those tools appeared, it was pretty cool. It was interesting. With these appearing now, I mean, in theory, you're going to be able to use these a lot more because, when you start fresh and whatnot, oh, cool, I've got enough stone and wood. I can make a stone hatchet. What am I going to make it with? What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to go make the skin. Yeah, I finally have a use for the skin that I bought. Anyway, you get the idea. So you are going to be able to use it quite a fair bit. It's just... Are you going to be using it over any of the other skins? I'll be honest with you, looking at some of these other skins, we ain't really got that much interesting ones that come out recently. That's just standard looking. That's an Easter theme one. Christmas theme one. Low poly stone, sure. Cactus, sure. Pixel stone, sure. There's a glow in the dark one there. Gold. Shimmering stone looks pretty cool. Prisma looks cool as well, but they're down by like 20%. Ooh. Yeah, and also look at these, look at these. How many did they sell in the past 24 hours? That has sold 6. That has sold 14. Wow, really? Okay, that's actually surprised me by a fair bit. All right, acknowledge this. These probably might have some demand. Don't expect them to sell tons every day. Maybe it completely drops off around the autumn-fall seasonal dip and we see hardly any sales happen, or rather, we'll probably only see people dumping rather than actually buying. Yeah, I'm not feeling super confident with the likes of these. It's going to be another instance where it's like, maybe I'm just better off just playing it safer. 80 cents to $1.10. So 80 cents, $1.10. That's cool. Let's move on. Royal Safari AK-47. 60 cents to 80 cents. That's just cool. Let's move. No, okay, we'll be a little bit more genuine here. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to be holding up very nicely. Royal Safari AR. You have an interesting, somewhat cool looking design. The gold stripes, well, I mean, it's gold with black stripes, I should clarify. And there has been a continuation, which you can see right here. There you go. We also have the SAR, but weapon-only collections don't really do a good job retaining their value. Don't expect a spike in demand, is what I'm saying. It sold not too much, 7,700 subscribers so far, but if we can make some comparisons to the previous AK-47s that have sold so far this year, look at the ones that sold for $3.49, how are they currently holding up? So the most recent one was the Cell AR. That is down by 65% at the moment. We also want to bring up that if you really care for the likes of a golden AK, didn't you just get one for free? Augusta Bell's AK during the Bellum Twitch event? Earlier this year, we had the mythical Dragon AK-47, sold for $3.49. Gold, cool looking, bejeweled with many gems. It's currently sitting there for $1.07. Cool. Earlier this year, we also had the likes of the El Diablo AK-47 selling for $3.49. That sells for 96 cents. I'm not joking. Look at that. Look at the state of this. So yeah, just because it sells for a higher price doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to go down in price that badly. I'm looking at the Royal Safari AK-47. I'm thinking 60 cents to 80 cents. I want to play it safe. I don't want to be stuck with buying tons of those and not being able to flip them and get my money back. So 60 cents to 80 cents is the way we're going to go about it. Then we have Kitchen Warfare Bandana. This was the skin I was very unsure about. Well, very weirdly, it got accepted all by itself. We didn't get the poncho with it. Personally, I would have loved this goofy little poncho here. That would have been funny. All the pots and the pans, the spoons and whatnot. But it wasn't accepted with it. Okay, right. So, you just noticed there as well. This week, the skin creators did not make another sequel, another continuation for the set. They made a goofy little door instead. Nothing wrong with that. They wanted to make something in reference to the new upcoming content that's coming out tomorrow. So, on the horizon, I don't expect much for this bandana. By default, I think it's going down in price now. I would like to see more skins. I would like to see more of this collection building up, but I'm not seeing signs of it currently, and you probably aren't either. So right now, looking at that, I think it's probably going down in price by a fair bit. It might be going down pretty hard. Looking at all these other bandanas, down 50%, down 54%, down 24%, down 30%. Bone armor bandana, how you doing? You're doing all right. What's going on? Did you have someone buy you out? I will bring this up. We did see a continuation for this appear over the past weekend. And did someone think, yeah, I feel confident, I'm going to jump in. Someone bought 33 of them today for about $1.60. Well, someone's feeling confident. Are you? Because personally, I don't feel confident in this. I worry for it. Didn't sell that much, but there's probably a lack of interest. Yes, we do have the likes of the colander hat that compare with it. Well, that's down by 34% now. When this appeared, it boosted up quite a bit, but now it's down. Oh dear, oh dear. Maybe this is going to end up exactly the same, at least down by a third. All right, maybe I'm just going to play it safe. Maybe I'm going to do 80 cents to one. No, you know what? I think I'm just going to play it safe for 60 cents to 80 cents. Yeah. I would love to see a continuation. I'd love to see more of it, but I do worry that it's just not going to hold up. I don't think we'll be seeing tons of these listed on the Steam market, but I don't imagine it'll be moving that much. Maybe it works out all right because there's going to be the sheer lack of sales, the sheer lack of listings. I think I'd just play it safe. Don't offer high quantities with your buy orders for that one, because there's not going to be many of them in circulation. Maybe up to about 30 at the most. So I think I'm just going to do 60 cents to 80 cents, less than $1. Yes, I know it sells for $2.49. I don't think it's holding up. Sorry. Right, so yeah. Right, let's move on then. Shall we start discussing the likes of these regular skins, because we just talked about all the abnormals. So, Chalk Menace box. You are a perfectly fine looking large box skin. You do not glow in the dark. That potentially might be a bit of a problem for some people. However, I'd just like to point this out. We have seen a collection continuation. A sheet metal was produced. Will we see that being accepted anytime soon? I don't know, but I do have to bring this up. The skin creator is fairly new, as in he's only ever had 2 skins accepted. Will we actually see a sequel? Will we actually get a collection out of this? Or is it stopping right here, right now? If that is the case, well, unfortunately, if it stops right here, right now, that is not looking like it's going to retain its value. It is a standard price. It is $1.49. Take a look at all the other large boxes. Take a look at all of them based on price. This is the standard price. The $1.49 is the standard price. So if I look at this right now, in total we have 240 large boxes that exist, and this is in the lower half. Okay, maybe it might work out quite alright in the future, maybe it might retain its value somewhat reasonably, but there is still quite a lot of these boxes down pretty cheap. A lot of them also Twitch drops as well. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Alright, Chalk Menace large box. I think we'll probably want to play it a little bit safer. I think we could probably do between maybe, I think we'll do 80 cents to $1. Yeah. I don't know if that sheet metal is definitely going to get accepted. Face Punch's decisions are a bit strange. We cannot figure it out. No, we cannot. But I wouldn't say no to the idea of potentially a brand new deplorable collection, considering that we've had tons of them accepted so far this year. What do you mean? There's been many instances where a brand new deplorable set gets accepted, gets about 2 or 3 skins accepted, then just stop. No more acceptances. Face Punch doesn't want to continue them anymore. That's happened at least 5 or 6 times so far this year. So looking at the likes of this Chalk Menace potential collection, hey, not bad. We'll see. But I think I'm just going to do 80 cents to $1. Yeah. I don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, so if you're thinking about buying some, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support that skin creator. He's brand new, or newish. Support them. Keep them motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But I think I'm just going to probably stick with doing about 80 cents to $1 on that one. And then we've got the Apocalyptic Road Sign Gloves. Guys, this was actually one of the skins I thought was probably the best thing to put your money towards if you just wanted to buy something that's going to retain its value. This right here is effectively the final clothing and armor piece for the Apocalyptic Night, or no, Apocalyptic collection, yeah, whatever. Yeah, the clothing and armor is called Apocalyptic Night. I'm not sure if that's supposed to follow suit. Anyway, focusing this... Looking at this collection, you might notice that the skins, in terms of the clothing and armour, the ones that sold the least ended up rising in price the most. This currently is sitting here at about 8,500 subscribers. These two are currently sitting here at around 9,000 subscribers. The pair of gloves is now the lowest selling armour piece. Nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying is, so as long as this collection remains fairly in demand, that road sign gloves right there very likely will graciously, slowly, ever so nicely rise up in price. Will it still potentially dip down in price over the course of the next few months with the likes of the autumn fall seasonal dip? Wouldn't doubt it. But as time goes on, will that very likely just kind of trend, retain value, slowly rise up a bit? You know, we'll go through some good times, prices improves, we'll go through a dip, it goes down a little bit, but gradually it still just slowly keeps rising up and up and up and up. That's the expectation. Yeah, as you can see with the prices here and the fact that pretty much all of it's in the green, this does appear to be a fairly in-demand collection. So that road sign gloves right there, in terms of a buy order, I'm probably doing 75 cents to 85 cents. Fairly strong buy order, get close to $1, but still be able to buy them where I can flip them for a decent profit. Yep, that's how I'm going to go about it. So, yeah, and that's looking actually to be perfectly fine. I think that worked out just as expected. I did expect it was going to be fairly close to the tier 3 armour. By tomorrow, I'll probably match up to it perfectly. But yeah, that did turn out just as expected. So, cool. So overall, some of these skins might not have matched up to expectations. Some of them have, and I guess that's fine. But we do have to wait and see, does it actually match up to expectations? Overall, acknowledging that, yes, the player counts recently have been insane. We know, based on what we saw of last year as a perfect example, whilst we have these splendid times in the summer, it does drop off after a while. We have to anticipate this. We have to be aware of this. We can't go super crazy buying out tons of skins now for a fairly high price. We have to be prepared for the inevitable dip. We have to be prepared for inevitable bad problems. This is why I made such a fuss about sitting here saying, keep an eye on all the barges you've done on some of your skins so far this year, because it could just randomly drop one day and then you're the one who suffers because you still have your barger up. I actually just removed about a couple builders earlier because I realised that was literally the case. I don't want to be dumped on right about now. So yeah, go look at all the skins in your inventory, go look at all the skins in your actual builders list here. You're going to need to start doing that. So in regards to tomorrow, it is the July 2024 Forcewipe, and I do have a bit of a talking point here. This is not it, this is it. I posted this just a few days ago. June Forcewipe was ridiculous. We did almost 98,000 average player count for all the month. It is expected July will be better. It's potentially going to be an instance where we see, for the first time in about 3 years, we'll have a month with over 100,000 average players throughout all the month. If that happens, well, that will make it the third highest monthly average player count ever since the offline TV era back in early 2021. That is when the offline TV server was set up. All the big streamers on Twitch were playing non-stop. Loads of people started to buy Rust. Loads of people started to play Rust. All Rust skin prices went insane. That was fun. But it only lasted for about 2 months and it cooled off. But gradually, as time has gone on, we only keep seeing gradual improvement in terms of player count. So yeah, as you see, it still slowly trends upwards and it ain't stopping. All good, all good, all good. Perfect. Right. So, that is nice. What do you reckon will be the peak player count leading into the weekend? So I'm talking about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do have a bit of a guessing game over on my server at the moment. Loads of people suggesting numbers, because last year, for the peak player count for July 2023, we had 182,000. Considering that the June Forcewipe that we had last month, if last year was 162,000, we had 175. Will we potentially do 200,000? I don't know. I'd like to see it. But it is the summer sale currently. Rust is cheaper. Kids are out of school. European kids are out of school now, I think. We're getting close to that at least. There's going to be a lot of people playing, a lot of spare time. So things are looking interesting. Right, so with that, we should also discuss what potentially could be picked with the likes of the new skins tomorrow. No idea. Facepunch decides, and that's awkward, isn't it? But I'm sure you probably have seen the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks, the newest one over to here. Of course, don't forget, with all the new collection continuations, I do add chapters for them, so if you just skip ahead to certain parts, you're more than welcome to do so. But yeah, in terms of deplorables, I already mentioned the likes of the Neon Storage full kit locker, Smouldering Barricade. We got the likes of the military nuclear storage. I made a big fuss about the ammo flash box. I thought this potentially could be a brand new storage collection. There's a lot to discuss in regards to that. Watch my most recent video where I discussed the neon storages, because I give a good 2 minutes talking about that. With the likes of the Eyesight door, with the likes of the Trakmer sheet metal door, with the likes of the Watcher Doom armored door. Yes, we do have more sheet metal double doors. Of course we do. Tomb of the Octopus has returned with a version 2, and so has Abyss. Oh, imagine investing into sheet metal doors this year. Panda Raku! Banana Revolver. I'd love a revolver right now. Perfect thing to put your money into. They always retain their value most of the time, and when times are good, they go up. Ditto Custom SMG, MK Ultra Custom SMG, Pirate MP5, Junkernaught Thompson, Royal Safari Star. We have the likes of Snakebite LR300 and the return of the Apocalypse Nomad LR300, of course, with a transparent aim sight, which you can see right there. We also have the likes of the Wartech AK-47 and and Phantom Bolt action rifle. Showed that off in my short video, didn't I? Surprisingly, out of all of the clothing armour, only Bone Burlap was a collection continuation. I'm very surprised by that, but hey, that gets accepted. Maybe, just maybe, the bandana and the poncho just spike and price like crazy. Doesn't matter. So as long as you see more skins being accepted for a collection of clothing and armour, whether it's primitive or not, you're still going to see that spike and price. Cool. Right then, so, of course, with the likes of the update tomorrow, we're going to see the likes of bikes, handcuffs, and of course the likes of the travelling vendor. But more specifically with the bikes, I can't tell you how many different skins I've seen in reference to, you know, bikes are being added, motorcycle gloves, biker helmet. What else have we seen recently? There was, if I look at TGG's top picks list, I can show it to you. Road Angels, hoodie and pants, bicycle helmet. Motorbiker, hoodie and pants, Hell Rider's vest, Ghost Rider helmet. So many skins in reference to the upcoming bikes. That is pretty cool, I will give it that. Yeah, I've even got like a tier 3 set down over here as well. Biker, face mask and chest plate. Looking ever so cool. So, I don't know what's going to happen, but kind of wouldn't be surprised if we potentially seeing something referencing the likes of bikes. You know what, I gotta bring this up. Vase has been going wild with ideas. So, of course, last week we saw the arrival of the Shadowborn rug, which of course is referencing the bikes. But what did Vase also produce this current week, or most recent weekend? He also made this awesome looking garage door there. And if you know what's referencing, good job. So, who knows? But that looks awesome. Shadowborn rug looks awesome. And a lot of those clothing and armor skins do look awesome as well. Which one gets picked? You tell me, because I have no idea. Facepunch decides. And that is the fate that we live with. Cool. So Jekyll will be happy tomorrow. Jekyll will be sad. You're more than welcome to sit there and suggest ideas. But there's also one trend potentially that might continue. Will we see very random extra late picks? This was in the workshop for 2 years. This was in the workshop for 3 years. This was in the workshop for almost 4 years. Why were they accepted for this rust door? No idea. What's going to happen with tomorrow's rust door? No idea. I look forward to finding out. I really would like to see more tier 3, tier 2 or hoodie and pants, but I don't know. So that, we've yapped enough. Let's skip ahead and let's go do those actual boulders. So that. Right, it's 1 o'clock. July Forcewipe is tomorrow. And we are expecting an early rust door. Oh, hello, yes, right. 500 boulders ready. Very well then. Yeah, I'm going to go 1.8, and I am going to request 55. That is good. Right, over to here. Neon Smooth Seed Storage, over 1,000 boulders ready. Most of the people just kind of want to go just over $1. That's fine. I will probably do the same. Just under $1. Yep. Alright, let's go there. That'll do. Alright. Dragon Rage jacket. So conflicted with this one. We talked about you enough, didn't we? Boulders only kind of going around $1. Wow. Alright then, that's happened. Oh dear. Right. Let's go 55 here. Right, this account. This skin. Why am I saying account? Skin. Hey, you. Yeah, it's you. Sure. Right. 25. Alright, those are the boulders. We'll skip ahead now and we'll look at all the boulder supports with that. Right, it's been 10 minutes, so some of the prices here aren't actually appearing. So what we're going to do is we're now going to go ahead and look at the Steam market, look at those abnormal boulders, and start discussing, are these skins actually going to hold up their value, or are there going to be any potential problems? So we yapped quite a lot in regards to the Junkernaught garage door. I'm expecting it to end up at around $3 at its lowest point. It didn't sell a ridiculous amount. We shall see, but expectations have been set. So, as we look over to here with the actual boulders, as you can see, it's looking pretty strong. With boulders going over 1,000, plenty of them pushing above $1, $1.50, all the way up to $2, above $2, leading all the way up to $3. Yeah, looks like a lot of people are trying for it. A lot of people are giving it a shot. I think we'll be seeing some interesting things in the future. Chances are, maybe we will see another transparent glow-in-the-dark garage door, but I don't expect to see any anytime soon, he says. There's still a lot of Twitch drops on the horizon. Apparently one batch every month towards the end of this year. I'm not joking. So at the end of this month, it's going to be Fancy Orb. After that, not 100% sure. So keep an eye out on everything. Anyway, Junkernaught garage door. You, very likely, will be doing okay. You still have a very decent amount of support, pushing all the way up to about 80% of your value. So, hey, that's still all right. That's still okay. Cheapest listing, $5. All right. So if you're really questioning, do I want to spend any money? Do I want to actually go buy some of these? You could just probably put down like a $3.50 boulder. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick some of these up. Honestly, you could put down a $3.30 boulder, pick them up for 70 cents cheaper. Will you end up buying a bunch of them? Most likely all of them. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this does a very good job of retaining its value for the foreseeable future and never goes below its rust door price. I'd like to see it happen. I'd like to be surprised, but I don't think that'll happen. I'm pretty sure it still will go below its rust door price eventually, but never really crash super bad. So that seems to be holding up quite all right. Over to here, Neon Small Seed Storage, the lowest selling Neon Small box so far, and it has the lowest support. We've never seen prices this low, but again, I truly believe it's due to the fact that many people are now well aware that these prices very likely aren't holding. Yeah, so how cheap will they get? I don't know. But with like a 255 quantity buy order there, maybe it might do better, maybe it won't, we shall see. But yeah, a lot of people now do expect that this very likely will be going below its roster price. We've only got 6 in the market already, and yet we already have one listing there at $1.78. They bought that, they're trying to flip it, they're trying to make like 9 pennies profit. That doesn't seem very appealing. Well, that's what they're doing, so yeah, other people, hooray. That's got over 1,600 buy orders. I don't really expect it to go that cheap, but around $1 is where I expect, so we'll see how that eventually works out. Then we've got the likes of Dragon Rage Jacket. I questioned it a lot, wasn't really sure what's going to happen with it. Its buy orders only going up to $1.50. Alright, that's what we expected. Let's see how it turns out. So as you look over to here, you can see plenty of orders below $1, a fairly decent amount on the other side above $1, but yeah, kind of like cools off all the way up to $1.30 with only a 17 quantity request at $1.50. So if you're sitting here wondering, should I buy some? Honestly, you just probably want to put down maybe like a $1.70 buy order. You'd most likely pick up a bunch of these, wouldn't surprise me. As of now, though, maybe things will change over the course of the next 20 or so hours. Maybe we will see some more buy orders, but I'm conflicted. As I said earlier, are people just going to pick up the training jacket instead because it's cheaper? Or will people actually respect this and like this and use it because, cool looking design, Golden Dragon looks nice and whatnot, but it's in their hands with what they do with their Steam wallet. Right then, so yeah, you could just probably put down like a $1.70 buy order, pick these up for $1 cheaper. Over to here, Stone Tools from Hell. Well, they certainly look to be a little bit more interesting compared to their standard hatchet and pickaxe counterparts. These are selling for $2.49. Their buy orders are basically only going up to about half the price. But still better than the other ones. Yeah, it's a bit conflicting. Hey, if you really wanted it, just put down a $1.30 buy order. Do not be surprised in the slightest if you do manage to pick these up at those prices. But will we see more buy orders appear? Will we see more buy orders appear? Will the price hold up a little bit higher than this? We shall see. But as of now, most of these buy orders below $1 with a reasonable amount pushing up to just above $1. Will it go potentially higher? We shall see. But as of now, got to wait and see. Right then, Royal Safari AK-47 selling for $3.49. Do we have buy orders going anywhere near to that price? No. It has not sold that much. The vast majority of buy orders are sitting at around 60 to 80 cents. There's hardly anything above $1. No, that is not holding up very nicely. If you really wanted one, you could put down maybe like a $1.10 buy order. Do not be surprised if you buy this in the future. But yeah, it's not holding up very well, unfortunately. Then you got the likes of the Kitchen Warfare Bandana. This is currently in the rush store for $2.49. It was all by itself. It didn't have the poncho with it. It was very confusing. To this day, still confused. Hasn't sold that much. Looking at the buy orders now, doesn't look like people have a lot of faith in it. With buy orders only going up to about, let's say about 80 cents. You can see these stronger buy orders here. I know with what I said, a lot of people are probably following the prices I suggested, which again shouldn't be too surprising. Hopefully we do see more of this. But based on what we've seen recently being submitted, questionable, not 100% sure. So, yeah, Kitchen Warfare Bandana, if you are going to be all by yourself for the foreseeable future, I mean, you do still have the Colin de Booney hat, but if we don't get another poncho anytime soon, I don't think you'll be holding up. And from $2.49 all the way down to about 80 cents, I wouldn't be surprised. So, right then, if you really wanted to buy one, just put down like a $1 buy order. Do not be surprised in the future if you end up buying some. And then we've got Cargo Heli Barricade. Well, someone did try and put a buy order close to $1, but the bulk of the buy orders were basically around 40, 50 cents, 60 cents there. You got someone pushing up to 76 cents. Maybe it might do better. Maybe. But again, what is it used for? What is it needed for? Who wants it? Who desires it? I just don't think there's enough people. I'd love to find out. But that definitely don't look like it's retaining its $2 price for sure. So, hey, if you really wanted some, you could probably go do like a 90-cent buy order as well. Don't be surprised if you end up picking some of these up in the future. But yeah, that's the state of that. So honestly, the only thing that I would probably question potentially buying is this, but that would be a case of waiting until like post-Christmas to flip them again. Because yeah, once we go through the dip, this is also expected to dip. You're probably better off just waiting until then. Wait till October, the expected period of time where we see most Ruskins reach their new lowest point for the year. That's the best time to jump in because it'll be at its cheapest price and you'll get a lot more out of your money. Potentially you might be able to buy more of these because of that. But yeah, if you have money that you need to spend, it probably wouldn't be a bad shout. You just have to wait a fair bit. We'll get there eventually. Right then, so back over to here. That's it then. That was all the abnormals. There's not much else to yap about. So looking at the state of the commits, lots of stuff being worked on in the lead up to, of course, Forcewipe tomorrow. It is expected to be an early Rustle rotation. It might happen as early as about 5 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. So if you're watching this tomorrow during your lunch break, you might want to think real quickly what you're going to do. But honestly, looking at the state of the builders and all of these skins, it doesn't look like there's much to rush about or fuss about, I guess you could say. So all we can do now is just to, start questioning, what are we likely going to see in terms of what's going to be picked tomorrow? All right, who knows? But don't be surprised if they pick at least a few skins in relation to bikes, because there's so many skins that have been submitted for that. Will we see Neon Storage Small Berries, Neon Storage Small Cards, or Neon Storage Locker, or maybe none? We'll see. All right then, cool. So that's basically everything. There's not much else to yap about. I have no idea what's going to be accepted in regards to the clothing, the armor skins. I'm not sure if we're still going to see extra late picks that are in the workshop for a very long time. I look forward to being surprised tomorrow. I just hope to be happy. Can I be happy?